everybody, welcome to the Successful Showgirl. My name is Kitty and this is our Monday Live. So today I wanted to talk to you all a little bit about becoming more visible as a performer and the importance of increasing your visibility in the industry. So on Thursday I went to my friend's networking event. So my friend Kim is a fabulous singer and she's been in the industry for years and years and years, but she's now changed careers and she's become a visibility and branding expert, and she ran on Thursday her first big networking event, and I was performing and speaking at the event. And when I walked in, they had like lots of different stalls and stuff, and bearing in mind these people that were coming to this event are not performers. The majority of the people there were social media experts, women in business of all different descriptions, a lot of business coaches, a lot of strategy coaches, authors, all kinds of different people were at this event. And I was going around chatting to people, as you do, and then one lady who ran a social media, I went to introduce myself and she already knew who I was. She was like, "Oh, I know you are, you're Kitty, I literally see you everywhere." And she was a social media expert, and I felt like dead excited because I was like, yes, other people outside of performing are seeing me, because I am now relentless in my quest on social media to get my point across. And my point is the importance of making money as a performer, and number two, the importance of having a passive income stream for people so that we can have more of a chill lifestyle. They're my two big things at the minute that are really important to me. And if you follow me on any socials, you'll know that I'm constantly banging on about those things. I'm constantly posting about them and people are seeing it. And I wanted to be clear to you guys on how important it is to be visible. If you're not showing up regularly on your social media as you, the performer, it makes it very, very difficult for people to book you. People don't know that you exist. You could have the best acts in the whole world, but if people aren't seeing you on a regular basis, they won't know that you're there. And even if you're applying for jobs, if people aren't seeing you pop up on their social media or pop up at events or pop up at shows or whatever, they're just not going to recognize your name and they're not going to go with that application. I know that when I apply for a job, the majority of people are going to know what I do and who I am, because I'm all over everything all the time. The same with the big performers that you probably all follow. They will be doing the same. They're constantly churning out stuff on their social media. They're constantly at shows. They're constantly at events, so that people remember who they are and they see them. And then when they drop into their inbox, a producer or an agent knows, oh, this person is like a credible performer. So I want you to think about, are you being as visible as you possibly can? We live in a day and age now where it's so easy to be visible because we've got access to social media. We can be visible to people on the complete other side of the world without even leaving our homes. Like, there'll be people watching this now who are in completely different countries and they're seeing me talking even though we've never met before. And that is the power of social media. If you're not leveraging your social media at the minute to be seen as a performer, then you really, really need to start using it, okay? So I'm going to give you a few tips that I'd like you to try out this week to make yourself more visible on your socials, okay? So tip number one is posting daily. I post multiple times a day, but this is my full-time job, okay? So I'm not expecting people who've got a full-time job, who are just starting out as performers, to post multiple times a day. But posting once a day is going to make the algorithm push you out to be seen. You can schedule your posts. So if you're not scheduling posts, start having a little go at scheduling. I schedule all mine like the night before for them to go out during the day. I'm not like sat there posting every couple of hours. I've scheduled them last night when I was in bed before I went to sleep, ready to go out today. And then occasionally on a whim I might think, oh, I want to talk about that, and then put that into my schedule. But most of the time I let the scheduling app do it for me, and I just use Instagram scheduling, and then it posts to my Facebook page as well. So everything's connected. I only have to do it once and it's done. Yeah. So if you're not utilising that, then give it a go. The more you post, the more you're seen, and you might find that really embarrassing at first. You're going to think people are going to be annoyed by me, that I'm showing up all the time because I'm being relentless, and they might unfollow me. And if they do, great, because we don't want those people following us. We want the people that are actually going to book us. The number of followers you have is irrelevant. The number of people who are engaged with your account and want to book you are the relevant people. So if you've got loads of people on your account that are following you that are never going to book you, or they're never going to have any form of connection with you or anything like that, they're just following you, who cares if you annoy them and they remove themselves? Who's bothered? Yeah, people can just click and block and move on. They don't have to follow you if they don't want to. So please don't feel like you're going to annoy people. You might annoy people, but if they're the people that are getting annoyed, you don't want them on your social media. So try and post consistently once a day for the next week, and then have a little look how your metrics have gone up. You can click your insights on your post, and you can have a little look how much yours have gone up. So I've been, since the beginning of September, and I've not done it every single day. There's been days where, like at the weekend, I very much rarely could be bothered, but I've posted consistently pretty much since the beginning of September, and my views are up 90-something thousand in just 30 days. You can see like how well you're doing, and the more people that are seeing your posts, the more people share them, the more visible you're being, and that's going to continue to get you pushed out more. So that is number one, be consistent. Number two, try and create some reels. I know people really don't like it, and I really don't like to make reels. So what I like to do is I use footage of me from, it can be new footage, old footage, whatever, but footage of me performing, and then I'll just put some text over the top, so whatever is relevant at the time. We're talking about money, I'll talk about some money mindset stuff. If we're talking about how to get more bookings, I'll talk about that over the top of it. It's, if you go on to Successful Showgirl Instagram and you look at the reels that I've done, the majority of them use all the same footage, because I know what footage draws people in. So I'm not just creating new stuff all the time, I'm using the same footage, but I'm putting new text over the top. I'm creating new copy to go in there, to go in the comments bit, the caption bit, so people get drawn in. Yeah, but the footage itself is pretty much reused. So you don't have to be going on live. If you can go on live, great, because that's a really good way of drawing people in. But if that's just not for you, then don't do it, and use the footage that you've already got and start creating reels. Try and be inspirational. Try and tell people about who you are. What are you about? What do you stand for? What is important to you? They're the kind of posts that do really, really well. So I'm going to give you those 2 tasks to do this week, okay? Try and post consistently, and try and do a reel. I'm going to say, I normally do a reel and then a picture and then some kind of like written quote text or something. I don't do reels all the time, but if you can do more reels, yeah, I'm going to say try and do 3 reels this week in between now and next Monday, and let's have a little look how your insights into your posts go up. The more people see you, the more they're likely to book you. This is like a marketing fact, that when you see a product advertised, you have to see that product advertised upwards of 13 times before you're going to buy it. It's probably more now because we have much less of an attention span. Okay, that was like about 4 years ago when that was a fact. It's probably about 20 now. Yeah, because you have to see something that many times to trust it. And that's the same with you. You are your product as a performer. I have to see somebody multiple times before I think, oh yeah, they're like a definite performer. If I see them once and then I don't see them for like 3 months and then I see them again, then I'm not going to connect the dots. Where the people that I see all the time, when I'm thinking of somebody that I want to use for a show or whatever, they're the people that I have in mind because I've already been seeing them. So if they drop into my inbox when I put casting out, great, they're the people that I'm going to choose. If someone drops into my inbox that I've never seen before, I'm a little bit wary because I'm like, can I trust this person? Is this someone that's going to actually show up? Is this someone who's going to do the job properly? I'm not sure, okay? So we want to be building that like, know and trust factor by being as visible as we possibly can. Even better if you can go to things in person, but obviously that's not always viable. It was never viable for me as a performer because I was also a dance teacher as well. So the times that performances was on, I was always teaching or performing. So therefore couldn't go and watch other people's shows. I couldn't interact with people in that way. But you can go to people's workshops and meet producers. You can go to festivals. You can go to things like the conference. You can go to networking. You can go to all kinds of different things to meet people who will potentially book you. So try and be as visible as you possibly can. Set that a goal for the next month. Like that is going to be one of your best ways of getting more bookings. The more visible you are, the better. Yeah, you've got to be absolutely relentless about it so that everybody knows who you are, and it just becomes so easy then to get bookings. Bookings will come to you. This month I've had, in boot camp, obviously I've not been performing for the past few years because I'd had a little girl and I've done like the odd performance, but not really. I couldn't really be bothered with it. I had no motivation for it. But then at the beginning of September, I decided I was going back to it and I was stopping messing around. And just from this past month, me being relentless with the social media, banging on and constantly being everywhere, I've had like 5 bookings now just come into my inbox. I've not done any applying because I was going to do the application thing this week in our boot camp. So I was going to do a day where the task was to apply for X amount of jobs. But I've beat my boot camp goal of 3 bookings already, and I've not even done anything other than be relentlessly visible on my social media. So it does work, guys. Like, I can't tell you how much it works. The more you do it, the easier you're going to find jobs coming to you. So I'm going to leave it there. I've banged on a little bit there, but I feel like it is a really, really important thing for performers to be getting seen, okay? And that doesn't mean that you have to be getting like 50k followers or hundreds of thousands of views. It just means that the same people who are interested in you need to be consistently seeing you all the time, because they're the people that you want to build that like, know and trust factor with. On my socials, I think I've got about just under 5,000 on my Kitty Campari one, and just under 5,000 on my Successful Showgirl one. So I've not got hundreds of thousands of followers or anything like that, but I can make sales easily from social media. I can get bookings easily from social media. It's not about the number of followers. It's about how you engage with the people that are already following you and how you show up in front of them and are consistent, okay? So I hope you take something away from that. I will be back next Monday with another little mini tutorial. If you like my mini tutorials, I have got a YouTube channel, The Successful Showgirl, and all my lives that I do are on there, but also all the bootcamp videos are on there in order. So if you've missed out on bootcamp and you would like to join it, go follow us at The Successful Showgirl on YouTube, and you can do the bootcamp in your own time from there. All right, thank you everyone for following me, and I'll speak to you all soon.